Sophie, back at Bramall Lane this weekend. What are you expecting from the game against Lewes?
A difficult one. They are flying at the moment. They're playing good football, and they've done that progressively over the last couple of years. So, yeah, it'll be important for us to pick up a few points there. We know we're still in that relegation battle, but we can pick a few points up on Sunday. That'll ease us closer to staying up, which is good. But yeah, we're on Bramall Lane, massive pitch, so we're gonna have to keep Lewes quiet. How we do that is to be seen, but I do expect a tough game. They're physical, they play good football, so yeah, it'll be a good game.
The result earlier in the season, obviously you were injured at the time, so not playing, but came back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2. Have you looked at that at all, or sort of what can you take away from that game that you think you might have to do differently this time?
It's positive, coming out with a draw, considering we've had quite a few losses over the course of the season. We've been on a good run so far, so we're looking at our last couple of games and taking positives from them and moving forward as a group. And like I said, for us it's all about staying up now and doing the utmost we can to do that. For us it's about being compact, being disciplined and taking our chances, which we're struggling to do. Be clinical and do it early, which allows us to then settle into the game a little bit more. I think the longer the game goes on and the more chances they end up missing, we put pressure on ourselves, and I think that's come to show over the last couple of games, hence the results have only been 1 or 2-0. But yeah, hopefully we'll take our chance on Sunday and hopefully we can come away with a win.
There has been a bit of an upturn in form recently. It's been 4 points from the last 4 games, and it really should have been more. You said about maybe not just being clinical enough. Is it encouraging though to see yourselves on the front foot a lot more and creating chances?
Yeah, definitely. Like Gaffer worked on finishing in training now. You can see that we're good in possession. We always have been. We like to keep the ball. But like I said, our problems have been kind of higher end up the pitch and not scoring our chances. But we've been working on that in training, and like I said, the girls have been scoring over the last couple of weeks, so it's allowed us to get some more points, and hopefully they do it on Sunday.
Performances on the road since Jonathan Morgan's come in have been particularly encouraging. Is it now a case of trying to transform that onto Bramall Lane, where you say it's a bigger pitch, it's maybe a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, for us it's about just using the distances. Like we're so used to kind of being on a smaller pitch, but Bramall Lane's massive, and we're not used to kind of spreading ourselves across the pitch, and we need to do that. It gives you more space and more time on the ball, which for us should be good because we're good with the ball. Although it then causes issues that if you're playing against an opposition that are also good with the ball, you do a lot of running. And for me, it's not great. Doing a lot of running, I prefer having the ball. But yeah, like for us, it's just a case of finishing our chances and keeping the ball a little bit better. We kill ourselves on transition and losing the ball more often than not. And hopefully if we can keep it on Sunday, especially on the pitch and on the surface, we should have no excuse not to win the game.
And for you, generally, Sophie, you're back at Sheffield United. Obviously, it's not been the easiest season in terms of results, and yourself, you were injured for a large part of the start of the season. But overall, how are you finding it? Is it nice being back? You know a few of the girls already. Sort of, how's that side of it been?
Yeah, like I've loved being back. Like my friends are here. I felt like I was home here the first time. Like I said, injured first bit of the season, which was unlucky for me. I've come in and we've had quite a positive few games whilst I've been playing, so that's given me positivity to want to be here and to want to keep pushing on with Sheffield. I'm hoping we stay up and we can really fight for next season and show what we're about, because ideally we should be higher up in the table than what we are, especially with some of the performances we do put in. It's just a case of being a little bit more clinical now and winning those games and seeing them out. But I've loved coming back, I've loved being here. Obviously got the Gaffer here that I've played with at Leicester anyway, so it's been enjoyable. But like I said, yeah, I'm just looking forward to pushing on now and hopefully finishing the season on a high.
You mentioned Jonathan there. Obviously, you're familiar with him at Leicester. You were his captain as well at Leicester. Has it been nice for you sort of already knowing how he works, and has it been nice for him sort of knowing that he's got you as a captain?
Yeah, I think so. We have that bond between us. Like we get on really well on and off the pitch, and he trusts me and I trust him, and I think that's really important, especially with a captain and manager role. I think if you don't have that, you struggle. But yeah, we have a good relationship on and off the pitch, and I think that's shown. It gives me confidence, it gives me the encouragement to kind of still want to be here and still put the best performances that I can for this team. And like I said, he's come in and the girls have really taken to him. They've put in some good positive performances, and it's a shame we haven't won more than we have, but the performances state that we probably should have won a lot more. So that's encouraging for him, and hopefully, like I said, he pushes on to next season. We really move forward as a club.
Now, as well, this weekend it's Women's Football Weekend, which, as well as being sort of a chance to maybe increase a few attendances, it's also just a good opportunity to maybe put a spotlight on the women's game, reflect on how far things have come. In terms of your time at football, where are we now compared to where you remember us starting? What improvements have you seen?
Oh, it's massive. I started on a grassroots pitch with boys, and to now knowing that I've had a full-time career in football and it is actually full-time, some of the clubs you go to, it's amazing to say that females can actually be footballers now. You don't have to work on the side, or you don't have to get another job. You can actually focus on it as a career. It's fantastic. And then just to see role models for young girls on the TV. If you asked me back in the day who my favourite player was, it was Paul Scholes. If you ask girls now, it's Lucy Bronze, Steph Houghton, Kira Walsh. Like that to me is amazing to know that these girls are really kind of honing the spotlight on women's football, and it's going in the right direction, and hopefully it continues to do that. And a number of the clubs have jumped on board with it, and it's really shown that it has a positive impact with females and within football. So I'm hoping we do the same and we can keep pushing on and allow kind of the future female footballers of Sheffield to want to come to Sheffield United and be female footballers. So yeah.
You said about it going in the right direction. Does it also feel like it's speeding up? Because at the moment we're seeing like records broken in terms of attendances. We saw 11,000 people at Bramall Lane earlier in the season. Does it feel like that momentum's really picking up?
Yeah, definitely. And the World Cup's coming soon. So if we jump on the back of that after the Euros as well, it's only going to keep kind of getting bigger and bigger. And so it should do. Women's football it's entertaining, it is good. It's just unfortunate for us that it's been quite a difficult road. But like I said, it's only going up now. You can make a career out of it, you can be a footballer. And to me, it's come in the later stages of my career, which is unfortunate, but I've managed to do it for the last couple of years and really enjoyed it. And it's just, I love the fact that I could potentially be a full-time manager or a full-time coach in the female game and yeah, really use my assets and my skills in that direction. So.
You mentioned that as well. You're working on your A licence at the moment. How's that going? Are you really looking forward to potentially that step in your career as well?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, It's opened up my eyes to the fact that I can actually be a coach or a manager in women's football. That was never really an option before, and if it was, you had to have another job, whereas now you can actually make a career out of it and fully focus on that. And to me, yeah, it's kind of the next step in my career of what I want to do. Where that is remains to be seen, but yeah, if I can continue to keep pushing forward as a coach, get some experience under my belt, which is what I'm doing now at Sheffield, hopefully you'll see me in WSL one day.
And then just finally, obviously, we mentioned Women's Football Weekend. You mentioned, trying to get some big attendances at Bramall Lane. As a player, how much of a difference does it make having, so many people down there cheering you on? Does it give you that extra 5-10%?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially over the last couple of weeks where we have been there, and the games have been a struggle, and the pitch is, like I said, it's massive. But to hear that crowd, it's amazing, especially when we scored there. To celebrate with fans is one of the best feelings that you can have as a footballer, and the more fans we get down there, the better it is for us. You can hear them in the stadium, and yeah, I'd encourage everyone to come down because it makes a massive difference for us.